Hey, what's up guys, it's Milkshake here. Now today in this video, I'm going to be talking about KMS Bismarck. Now she's only obtainable from the Schizo of Iron and Blood event in the limited banner.
ビスマルクの名を預かる鉄血戦艦がこの私よ。鉄血式の防御と装甲設計で、どんな戦場でも最高の実力を発揮してみせる。期待してもいいわ。
Wait a minute!
若者がドイツの科学は世界一
Alright, so now let's talk about Bismarck. She's a super rare battleship from Iron Blood. She's of the Bismarck class and she does have one sister, and that's Tirpitz. She's voiced by Ayaka Fukuhara, who voiced many other characters such as G11 from Girls Frontline and Rin Shibuya from the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls. In Azur Lane, she also voiced Scharnhorst and U556. Now this is very interesting because U556 and Bismarck have a special relationship, and to have the same voice actor voice both of them is freaking awesome. Now to explain this relationship, I will need to go through spoiler territory for the Bismarck event storyline. So if you want to skip this, I will provide the timestamp in the description down below. Still here? Great, I hope you have a box of tissues ready. So in naval history, Herbert Walrath, the captain of the U556, wanted a band for his submarine's commissioning ceremony, but he couldn't afford one. So Ernst Lindemann, the commanding officer of the Bismarck, lent Walrath his band. To thank Lindemann, Walrath drew a very comical and cute certificate of sponsorship. So the certificate reads, "We, U556, hereby declare before Neptune, Lord over oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, brooks, ponds and rivulets, that we will provide any desired assistance to our big brother, the battleship Bismarck, at any place on the water, underwater, on land or in the air. Hamburg, 28 January 1941, Commander and Crew U556. In this certificate, Walrath can be seen as the Knight Parsifal, standing on the deck of U556. He can also be seen bringing planes down with his sword and stopping a torpedo from hitting Bismarck using his thumb. Now the cute drawings on this certificate is probably the reason why U556 in Azur Lane is represented as a little girl. The best part is that this certificate is an actual equipment you can get in Azur Lane. This equipment does give both Bismarck and U556 different benefits when given to either one of them. On 26 May 1941, U556 did spot battlecruiser Renown and aircraft carrier Ark Royale. However, U556 just ended patrol with low fuel and no torpedoes, so she had no choice but to submerge and stay hidden. Now, Walrath did see the battle between Bismarck and the Royal Navy go down from afar, but he couldn't do anything to help, which is very sad. Now, in the end, Walrath was only told of Bismarck's destruction at noon, long after Bismarck sunk. Now, it is really awesome how the game developers added all of this into the Bismarck event. Now, admit it, you did cry when this happened, didn't you? For me, the worst part is having them as ship girls, which made it hit the feels extremely hard. Alright, enough with the storytelling, let's carry on with Bismarck's design. She's freaking glorious, and she does have this intimidating and powerful presence. Her color scheme is clearly based on the German flag. I mean, she can't get any more patriotic than that. I love the fur coat and how her thigh highs also have fur at the top. Now she's named after Otto von Bismarck, and that is why she has the blue badge on her left shoulder, which is a reference to the coat of arms belonging to the House of Bismarck. She does have special dialogues with Prince Eugen because both of them are involved in the Battle of the Denmark Strait, and all of us saw how that battle turned out during the game's tutorial.
Alright,
so now let's talk about Bismarck's skills. Now her first skill is called Wahrheit. The first salvo round of each main gun volley is guaranteed to critically hit. When equipped with CL guns in the secondary slot, increase detection range and shooting range to 90, but decrease damage done by secondary guns by 35%. Now the guaranteed crit is very nice, and the extended range of 90 for her secondary CL gun is not too bad. Now in the past this was amazing, but after Odin was introduced, it is now not as good. You wanna know why? You can always check out my Odin review. Now even with the 35% damage reduction, it is still the same as having an additional light cruiser with about 300 plus firepower for your vanguard. And with the increased range, she can really help your vanguard take enemies down from afar, which is very good. Her next skill is called Unwavering Strength. When sorted as flagship, increased damage dealt by Iron Blood carriers by 20%. When firing main gun, 70% chance to fire a special barrage. Now the increased damage for Iron Blood carriers by 20% is pretty good. The special barrage also does cover quite a large area, and it consists of small shells and volley shells. Now despite the barrage having poor damage output, you shouldn't worry too much about it, because her own firepower stat is really high, so the barrage will not decrease her overall damage output that much. Her next skill is called Will of the Iron Blood. Increased critical chance of main guns, torpedoes, and aircraft by 20%, reload by 12% for Iron Blood ships. Increased damage dealt by turrets by 40%. Now this is a very good faction support skill. In the past, without Bismarck, it was very hard to run an Iron Blood fleet, but with this support, she basically becomes the Nagato of Iron Blood, and that's awesome. Alright, so now let's talk about Bismarck's skins. Now she does have one skin and it's called the Beacon of Iron Blood. Now this skin is elegant yet powerful. I find it very fitting for her to sit on a throne since she's the face of the Iron Blood. Now I love the swords and the exposure of her amazing assets. Now this wouldn't be an Iron Blood skin without some edginess, so she does wear fingerless gloves. Now this skin is live 2D, so if you really like Bismarck, this skin is very worth it. I absolutely approve this skin. Alright, so what are my thoughts about Bismarck? Now she's a very solid ship. She does make running an Iron Blood fleet a lot easier, especially now when you need to farm for Iron Blood priority ships. Now despite the poor barrage, she does have excellent stats. At level 120, she does have 423 firepower, and she does have the second highest HP when comparing all the other battleships and battlecruisers so far. But her only downside is her anti-air, which makes sense because that's what led to her downfall in naval history. So I wouldn't recommend using her for chapter 12 unless you have other ships to compensate her poor anti-air. Other than that, she is a very solid ship. Even though the increased range mechanic is not as good as Odin, it is still really good because not a lot of ships have this feature. And this does give Bismarck higher DPS because she can help the Vanguard take down enemies from afar. Just like Nagato, her support skills are very good, so it doesn't matter if she's not universal because she's clearly designed for an Iron Blood fleet. Alright, so here are all of my thoughts about Bismarck. What do you guys think? Do let me know down in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do leave a like if you guys did, subscribe for more awesome content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.